Hello and welcome to 100 Million Possibilities show. Last week I talked about ask and receive, and I kind of forgot to mention the kind of second part. I talked mostly about ask part, but we usually forget about the receiving part. And today I want to touch base on that part of manifesting and attracting something, because we are really familiar with asking. We know how to ask. We know, and so often we actually ask for something and we actually don't realize why we don't get something, and that is part of the receiving. We are either not ready to receive or we don't want to receive, and sometimes we ask for things that we don't actually want to have, or we are not ready to have, or we don't know how to have, or we think just because we are asking for something that means we are gonna get it. And usually receiving part is something really easy, or something might need to be changed. Like, for example, when you go to the shop and you want to buy bread, you need the bread, and you go to the shop. Just because you are asking for the bread, it doesn't mean that you are gonna get it. Sometimes there won't be bread in a shop. You will have to come back. You might get rude, or there wouldn't be like a sales assistant to assist you to give you bread, or you maybe not gonna have enough money to buy bread, or you're not gonna have any bread, or something else. And that's how it usually in real life is. When we ask for something, it's not that we are not and then we start to go into the blame, shame, and guilt, and all these sort of feelings when we actually don't get something. Or something, when if we are asking for something and it doesn't come to us, we think it's we start, because asking and receiving is not simultaneous thing. It doesn't, just because we are asking, like for example, if I'm asking something now, doesn't mean I'm going to receive it in next 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes longer for this to actualize. Like, I remember, like, some time ago, I heard like an example. I don't know who told me that, but basically, I think it might have been Louise Hayes, one of her examples. She basically said she was asking for the house. She wanted to have a house, and she kind of have idea what the house would look like. And she was asking for it and asking and looking for it, and it didn't happen. And eventually, it happened. She got the house she wanted, and then she realized that when she was asking, the house wasn't even built. It's like when you ask for something, you put out the wish into the universe, and the universe has to go and rearrange things for this to happen. And it doesn't mean that it's going to happen right away. It could happen in a week, it could happen in a month, but especially these days, we live in the era where everything is like what's the word, like, about gratification, that we receive it right away. Like for example, let's say 10 or 15 years ago, when I was buying a book online, for example, I had to put an order with, let's say, with an Amazon, and then it takes days or weeks for me to receive the book. These days you can actually order a book and get it on your device like right away. And we are so used to that thing. Oh, hi, Angelica. And we are so used to getting things right away that waiting is not familiar to us. Like for us who are like older generation, that might be kind of familiar and easy. But with the younger generation, waiting game is not very familiar. And it's called instant gratification. Like, we want to receive the thing right away. Like, for example, I ordered something a month ago and I still haven't received it. And I kind of go nuts. Why it's not here yet? It should be here. And the waiting game pretty much starts as soon as I ordered something. At the same thing, when we ask the universe for something, we want it right away. Like, for example, if I want $1 million in my bank account, and especially if you have lived on the benefits for whole your life, universe has to rearrange so many pieces around you and in your life to actually make it happen. And it's not, and again, just because I ask for $1 million like today and should show up tomorrow, there are so many things that are still that needs to be done by you. For example, maybe there is some beliefs around money that you need to change. Maybe there are certain actions that you need to take for it to occur. For maybe, like, especially if you are, let's say, if you are asking for $1 million or euros or whatever currency that is, and you're working, you have a job that pays you minimal wages. And so how long would it take for you to actually have $1 million if you're working on minimum wages? Option could be like you get an inheritance, or you win a lottery, or someone just gives you, or you sell something, or you find the gold. Those are options that could happen, but it's not going to happen to every one of us. Like, for example, getting $1 million inheritance for me is not an option. I don't really have any rich relatives. I would actually say that my family is, out of all the relatives, my family is the richest, but we don't have $1 million. Even if my dad dies, unless he's stashed away somewhere like a gold nuggets, I'm not going to be millionaire if he dies, so he can't leave me that inheritance. Winning the lottery, that implies for me buying a ticket. I don't believe in lottery. I think it's rigged, so I'm not buying lottery tickets. So what else leaves that? So it means I have to take certain action to actually receive those 100 million, or how many I said, $1 million or $100 million, doesn't matter. And so I have to change. And so it means, like, let's say if I'm working a job that pays me minimum wages, it means like I have to look for another options. Like, it could be a business idea that I can develop, and but it means I have to take certain action for that receiving to happen. Or and then again, like, let's say I'm starting my own business. How easy would it be, like, to actually have those 100 million? Okay, I'm gonna go with 100 million because that's kind of keeps popping. It's probably because my channel is called 100 million possibilities. And so, and again, it depends how easy would it be. Like, we see businesses that struggle every day and can't really make ends meet, and there are businesses that are striving. And it comes to, again, with like what kind of beliefs are standing in our way to actually receive ease with a business that could generate potentially $100 million. So you have to look at all these options. I see, like, let's say ask and receive is like a road you travel. For example, like when let's say you're asking for example, to get to, let's say I live in Latvia, so I would probably go to Riga. It takes me 2 hours to get to Riga. And there are so many options how I could travel from here to Riga. And that kind of part where I'm traveling from here to Riga is the receiving part. How quickly can I get to the Riga? It's what kind of transportation? Am I gonna get some roadblocks? And how easy would it be? How long would it take? It depends how I'm kind of conditioned myself. Okay, I'm gonna get some little bit water. And so you basically have to be energetically congruent to what you are receiving. Like my trip to Riga, whether my car is I'm gonna have a smooth ride with a car, I'm gonna take a bus, or I'm gonna hire a helicopter to fly there. All these things are part of the kind of receiving. I kind of feel like I'm getting off the track somewhere. So what is receiving? Okay, my original idea was that I'm gonna actually tune in, and I don't know if you watched the video of what is God, and so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm actually going to remove distractions. This banner's kind of distracting me sometimes. So what I normally do when I go off the topic and I'm going in the circles around the topic, I usually try this exercise that I learned years ago with Darren Eden in one of his trainings. It's basically you tune into yourself and ask a question, and you get like pictures and symbols. And this is what I'm gonna do. Just bear with me. I'm gonna kind of go into the meditation. It's like really short, it doesn't take long. And then I'm gonna come up with something because I really want to know for myself as well because there are things that are really easy for me to receive, and there are things that are really hard for me to receive. And I kind of want to explore that. And okay, so bear with me. I'm gonna tune in and then I'm gonna come with answer. If you wanna come back later to this video, you're very welcome. Okay, one moment. Okay, that's what's interesting. So basically how it works, I kind of tune in and I ask the question, and then I get like a picture, or it's usually like a movie type of thing, or the symbols. And this time I saw a snake. I don't know how it works, but the feeling was like receiving is natural to us when we are in our natural state of being. It's like we are born as a being. We are so pure, we like a diamond. Like imagine that you are a diamond and you are so crystal clear and everything, and you are, I mean, oh, I forgot the word. And you basically, and you're like I don't know, it's like you attract everything, and it's in it, and it can be, it can be instant, because in the pure state of your being you can receive everything instantaneously. But throughout lifetimes, throughout previous lifetime, this lifetime, hi Karen, morning, we have gathered all these things that's kind of blocks it, all the fear, all the guilt, all the beliefs that we believe around certain things kind of blocks us. Because what I saw, like the snake move, like that snake moving really easily, and it wanted to eat something, and it got stuck. It wasn't moving anywhere, and it's basically that kind of and it got blocked, like when you try, well, snake can eat like really huge pieces of something because the thing stretches, but even that has some kind of restriction. So basically when you try to and it basically blocked, it ate the piece that's too big for it, and it's kind of basically got stuck. And that's how it is hard for us to receive something when we have all these blocks in front of us. Like, for example, with money, we have so many beliefs around the money that actually stops receiving. Like, for example, if you want to have $1 million and you believe that money is evil, it's not going to come to you because you believe that. Money is just a tool that you use for things. What you use it for, that's again your responsibility. If you're using for evil, you're using it for evil. If you're using for good, you're using for good. But it doesn't mean that money is good or bad. It's just a tool. And the more negative beliefs we have around money, the harder it is for us to receive it. And the same it is with a relationship. If we believe that opposite sex or same sex is, or whatever your preferences, like for example, if I believe that all men are cheaters and liars, how easy will it be for me to attract actual men that is good for me? Not very easy. It's the same with money. It's the same with health. It's the same with your body. And again, how we actually talk to these things. If we are talking to, let's say, if we want to have a healthy body and we keep kind of judging it, or we keep telling it, or we keep focusing on the illness, it's actually not going to happen, because we have to kind of look at all these things how we talk to these things. Like for example, with money. Okay, take my wallet. So that's my wallet. Like, what does your wallet looks like? I actually get a new wallet like once in a while. Like for example, my previous one was like inside of it was a leather wallet, and inside it was already dirty. How do you know your blocks? That's a very good question. I'm gonna finish with the wallet and then I'm gonna talk about the blocks. And so basically look at your wallet. Like, I do have some receipts in there, but basically I would actually like do like a weekly weekly, because your wallet likes a space, and your wallet likes to have a certain kind of, I don't use word order, but certain like a tidiness. Like if your wallet looks all ripped and it's dirty and it's got like old receipts in it and the stuff, it's actually gonna kind of block the energy of your money. And if you are like and how do you talk to your wallet? Like, do you like how do you treat it? Do you just chuck it everywhere around the house, or chuck it in your handbag? Like, what I and like, what is the energy of your wallet like? Do you like it? Does it bring you joy? Um, that's one way how to know your blocks. Like, look at really look at your wallet and see, would you want to live in, like, if you were money, would you want to live in this thing? Like, for example, I kind of get a yes, my money would like to live in this thing. Another thing is like I think it was about a year ago, I did this exercise. I read the book called Write Riches for You by Gary Douglas, and one of the tools he recommends is to carry in your wallet, to have a, like, for example, what I do. I actually made a little pouch for that thing. So basically, you keep in your wallet a certain amount of money that you never spend. I've got $250. I carry it with me every time, and I never spend. Okay, I do spend it, but I actually what do you say? I actually replace it right away. If I need to pay cash and I don't have cash, I actually replace it right away. But what it does, it's basically every time you open a wallet and you see that money, you're basically telling yourself and to the universe that you want money. And what I notice, like what I used to say to myself, I used to say to myself constantly, I don't have money. It was like a mantra I kept telling me, and I wasn't doing it intentionally. I was just like basically doing, I don't have money, I don't have money. And what do you think happened? I never had money. So when I actually started to carry this money, you can actually start with, let's say, $50 or $100 and increase over time. But what I noticed that for the first 2 months when I was doing carrying this money in my wallet, there were like moments when I didn't have money, and there were like in and but I never spent it at that at those 2 months. I never actually spent that money. And what I used to do is I go to the shop and I keep telling myself, I have money, I have money. And especially I open my wallet and I always kind of see on the corner that I have money. And I just kept telling myself, I have money, I have money. And those 2 months, it was like a ping pong game. I don't have money, I have money. I don't have money, I have money. But what I realized that it took me 2 months to actually got to the point where I didn't have to say that thing anymore, that I have money. And what I noticed, I never actually, after that, I actually never had shortage of money. And that's how you have to train yourself. Train yourself to actually have anything, because we are so, especially if we picked up lots of things as a children when it comes to to money, for example, or any other things, and we say these things automatically and unconsciously. And so basically we have to retrain our mind to do that. You can use like different energetic tools to actually clear these things. if you go to my channel, 100 Million Possibilities, I do like a daily tool thing. There are 7 tools at the moment because I started only recently to do that. And you can use any of those tools to actually clear these things. And now to Karen's question, how do you know your blocks? So, if you don't have something in your life and you really want to have something in your life and it doesn't happen or it comes hard, it means you have some kind of energetic block to actually receive that and have that. And you basically you can start to look at how do you, let's say, take an area. Like money is kind of easiest for me because that's what I worked with a lot. Because, for example, first I look at my wallet. What do I talk? What's my feeling is around the money? How do I feel about people who actually have money? What do I believe about money? Do I believe that money is root of evil, or do I believe that money is just a tool that helps me to get something in my life? What are the other, or do I deserve money, or do you believe that you don't deserve money? So basically, I don't deserve money is the block. That's the block that you have. What other, for example, yeah, like why do money is the root of all evil always comes to me? Like what does like rich people are bad, or rich people are thieves and mafia and all this stuff. If you believe that all bad, like all rich people are bad people, and you don't want to be a bad person, you're not gonna have money because because it means like if you're gonna have money, you will have to become a bad person. Great. Oh, thanks, Karen. It's good that it helps you. And what you can actually do is basically write on a piece of paper all the things that keeps you away from money. Like, for example, you can ask yourself a question. Like there was like a really good thing. Like, I destroy and uncreate everywhere I destroy and uncreate everywhere I uninvited money into my life today. And if you do it like every day, you basically you don't even know all these things why you uninvited money into your life. It's basically when you energetically, you just clear them automatically. There is one really good book where you can actually start to unravel these things. Is again another book by, I'm gonna post it in comments, how to become money. Okay. Okay, so this is a book, How to Become Money by Gary Douglas. I think I could have posted somewhere else as well. I'm gonna put the link in a description as well. Basically, this book helps you to see what are your energetic blocks when it comes to around the money. And it's a kind of interesting book because you have to read it again and again. And the author of the book says if you read it 100 times, you're actually going to receive 100 million. And what it does basically, this book is a very practical book. It's not like something you just read it and put it back on the shelf. You have to actually, he gives you 13 questions you need to answer. And these answers are basically what shows you what are your blocks when it comes to receiving. And the more you clear these things, the more you are able to receive whatever you want. And even though this book is about how to become money, it's actually about every area of your life, because money is one of the most painful things that we have in our lives, and lots of things are kind of related to it. So basically, even if you do these questions that are related to money, you're actually starts to see all areas of your life changing. So what is receiving? Receiving is, it is our natural state, but because we have put so many blocks, we have so many beliefs that we believe, and it becomes harder to receive it, or it becomes longer, takes longer to receive something. And what they actually don't show us is that we have to retrain ourselves, and we have to get rid of all these things that are actually keeping us kind of blocked. And if you go to my channel, I do the daily tools, and I think I did one. I think it was tool number 6. It was an affirmation. It's basically like opposite of affirmation. It's basically how you can easily kind of get rid of these blocks by just using that tool. So I don't know if I have anything else to say about this topic. So if you have any questions, just leave a comment to this video, or you can write me. I don't know where no. I think it might be in the description as well. So if you wanna write me and ask questions, or leave a questions or a comment, please do so, and come and like my channel. Oh no, that's the wrong. Come and like my channel, and I'm going to be posting more daily tools there. How to actually, all these tools are so easy to use that you can actually change things on the spot. And I think in one, like living in, no, how to use this to your advantage tool, I actually explain how these tools have changed lots of areas of my life. Okay, there's another comment. Oh, thanks, Karen. I'm glad it helped. So yeah, like, comment if you actually have an issue that you don't know how to deal with, and you would like to have an easy tool for that, just comment, and I will make a video on the tool, because everything in our life is changeable. We just don't know it yet how to do it. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.